What's up, guys? I'm Corey with Inspector Gadget, and I just got my workout on, and I hope Amazon has been getting its workout on because today we're doing a head-to-head inspection of Amazon's Kindle Fire and Google and Asus's Nexus 7 tablet. So let's get inspecting. So right away you're going to see that both are 7-inch tablets, although the Kindle Fire is technically an e-reader hybrid. They both come in at $199 for an 8 GB model. And of course the Nexus 7 also has a 16 GB model for $249. So let's take a look at the hardware. Now the Kindle Fire comes in at 7.5 by 4.7 by 0.45 inches, and the Nexus 7 is slightly taller and slightly wider at 7.81 by 4.72 by 4.41 inches. And guys, that translates to 10.45 millimeters thick for the Nexus 7 and 11.43 millimeters thick for the Kindle Fire. Now, there's not much of a noticeable difference between the thickness when you look at them head on, but when you pick them up, the Nexus 7 definitely feels a lot thinner because of the tapered edges. Now the Nexus 7 has a physical volume rocker right here on the side where you can change the volume up and down, whereas with the Kindle Fire the volume is embedded in the software. And you have to go in here. It's kind of annoying when you're watching movies or you're in another app or you're playing a video, and you have to go into this this settings menu in order to turn the volume up and down. So that's one of the things I hated about the Kindle Fire. Nexus 7 has a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera. The Kindle Fire does not have a front-facing camera, and neither of these have a rear camera. And most people say that's kind of negligible because it kind of looks, you kind of look funny walking around doing video recording with a big tablet. The Nexus 7 feels pretty light, weighing in at 340 grams, especially compared to the Kindle's 413 grams. Guys, it's a very noticeable difference, especially when you're holding it in one hand and you're reading a book for an extended period of time, or you're watching a movie or something and you don't have a case with a stand on it. Now both devices have a IPS display. The Nexus 7 though has a True HD display at 1280 by 800 pixels, and the Kindle Fire has a 1024 by 600 pixel display. Now obviously that translates to way more pixel density for the Nexus 7 at 216 pixels per inch, whereas the Fire has 169 pixels per inch. And guys, it's definitely a noticeable difference between the two screens, and just the colors, how vibrant they are, and how sharp everything is. Smaller text is much sharper and much easier to read compared to the Kindle Fire. So that just goes to show you the importance of pixel density when comparing the text readability of these two devices. Now the Nexus 7 does not have Gorilla Glass, although its glass is made by Corning, who also makes the Kindle Fire's Gorilla Glass, which has proved to be much more durable and scratch resistant than other displays. But the only thing I did not like about the Gorilla Glass on the Kindle Fire is that it's very thick. And you can actually see it. You can see the difference between where the glass ends and where the actual display begins. And so you feel like you're not as immersed in the media itself as you feel like you are with the Nexus 7. Now the Nexus 7 comes with a 1.3 gigahertz Tegra 3 quad-core processor. And guys, this thing is blazingly fast. And the Kindle Fire comes with a 1 gigahertz dual-core processor. Now the Nexus 7 comes with 1 gigabyte of RAM, which is twice as much RAM as the Kindle Fire's 512 megabytes of RAM. The Nexus 7 comes with a 4,325 milliamp hour battery, and through our tests it lasted about 9 hours. And the Kindle Fire also lasted about the same, although it has a 4,400 milliamp hour battery. But one of the things we noticed about the Kindle Fire, in order to achieve such good battery life, the Kindle Fire actually disables all communication when in sleep mode. So you're not going to receive any of your push notifications while your Kindle Fire is in sleep mode. Whereas the Nexus 7, you can have it in sleep mode and you're still going to get your emails and you're still going to get, your messages and so forth. Now the Kindle Fire has no Bluetooth, no GPS, no microphone, no NFC, and no Android Beam. Whereas you get Android Beam with the Nexus 7 for sharing information with other users of Android 4.0 or Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, and also NFC, microphone, which the Kindle Fire does not come with any microphone, so you won't be doing any speech-to-text, you won't be doing any voice dictation of any kind or any voice searching of any kind with the Kindle Fire. So now the Nexus 7 comes with Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, and guys, I can tell you that Google declared war against all lagginess in this new operating system with what they call Project Butter. And I can tell you everything is just smoother and fast, just sharp as a tack. It's just amazing. No lag whatsoever. Whereas with the Kindle Fire, it's very jittery at times when you're scrolling through the menu, and it can be very laggy. Now the Kindle Fire is running a modified version of Android 2.3 Gingerbread, but one of the things I did with my Kindle Fire is rooted it and installed ADW Launcher. So because I rooted it, I'm able to get access to the 2.3 Gingerbread underneath. And even with ADW Launcher, it's still laggy. Now, one of the things I do like about having a device that comes directly from Google is you get to get OTA OS updates straight from Google. So when they come out with Android 5.0 Candy Cane or Key Lime Pie or whatever it's going to be, we're going to be the first to get the update. So you've got the Google Play Store versus the Amazon App Store, and all of these places tout, oh, we have over 300,000 apps, or we have 400,000 apps. And guys, you're not going to look through 400,000 apps, but it's good to have choice, and you're definitely going to have variety with both of these offerings from Google and Amazon. Now, one of the areas where I can say Amazon does shine brighter than Google is the Amazon Prime membership. Amazon Prime membership costs $79 a year. So if you add that $79 a year to the price of the Kindle Fire, you're going to have a device that you're paying $279 for. But you get tons of free content, movies, TV shows, books, magazines. You get tons of those things for free with Amazon's Prime membership. Not only that, you can borrow one free book per month with Amazon's Prime membership and just turn it in whenever you want to borrow another book. It's a pretty good deal that Amazon has set up here. Google, on the other hand, what they've done is give you $25 free to spend in the Google Play Store. And then they've also given you Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon for free, and also Robert Ludlum's Born Dominion, and a few other books that you can get for free in magazines like Popular Science and Traveler. Google also gives you $10 free just for signing up with Google Wallet to use the MasterCard Pay Pass at various retailers for purchases. Now, the other thing that I do like about having a pure Google experience is that it comes loaded with all of Google's apps: Google Chrome, Maps, Google+, Gmail, YouTube, Google Earth, Google Talk, Current, the new Google People, the Gallery, Calendar, and I've also installed Google Drive on mine. Whereas with the Amazon Kindle Fire, you can't install any of Google's apps without first rooting your device. So one of the things both of these devices offer is to automatically back up your apps and data. With Google, you have an option under Backup and Reset under Settings to allow Google to back up all your apps and data. Whereas with Amazon automatically backs up all of your apps that you download from the Amazon App Store into the Amazon Cloud. Amazon also gives you 5 gigabytes of free storage just for anyone who purchases the Kindle Fire. So you can actually use this 5 gigabytes of storage to store your music, to store documents, videos, and what have you. Now, Google has a similar offering that does not come natively to the Nexus 7 tablet called Google Drive. Google Drive also gives you 5 gigabytes of free storage space to use for music, books, documents, whatever it is that you want to store there. Now, one of the other areas in which I think Amazon has Google beat is the Books app. Amazon's Book app allows you to highlight a word and instantly get a definition. And you can also make notes, highlight, share, and search from this dialog. Google's Book app has no such function. So it'll be interesting to see if there's going to be an OTA update to offer highlights and definitions. Now, another thing we can compare is browsers. The Nexus 7 ships with Google Chrome as the native browser, and I can tell you Google Chrome performs very well on the Nexus 7. However, Amazon's Silk browser isn't very silky and is very jittery, not very smooth at all compared to Google's Chrome browser, which is very smooth and fluid and very quick. However, Amazon's Silk browser does have Flash, but the Google Chrome browser does not. Now, Amazon's video offering is very diverse, with a plethora of shows and movies to choose from, whereas Google doesn't have as many movies and TV shows as Amazon does. However, we found Google's movies and TV shows to be of higher video quality, as they actually offer true HD quality. However, Amazon's movies actually load a lot faster than Google's movies, probably because of the difference in movie and TV show sizes. Now, one of the other things we have to point out is that with the Nexus 7, you can actually output video to HDTV via the Nexus Q. Amazon's Kindle Fire currently doesn't have any way to output video to your HDTV. Also, with the Jelly Bean operating system, it's very easy to share media with all of your social media outlets. So in all, these are two very great tablets, guys. But for $199, we have to give the win to the Nexus 7. It just has so much more to offer for the $199 price point. Although the Kindle Fire does have the Amazon Prime, if you want to spend the extra $79 a year, you actually have access to free movies and TV shows and books and magazines. The Nexus 7 is so much faster, so much smoother, just so much of a better tablet experience. And of course, you've got Google Now and Google Search also, which you won't be doing with Amazon's Kindle Fire, especially doing anything by voice with no microphone. Keep in mind that the Kindle Fire 2 is rumored to come out soon, so we'll be waiting to see what Amazon has in store for Google's Nexus 7 tablet. Guys, show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing if you like this video. Go ahead and post your comments and questions down below, and don't forget to hit us up on Twitter at Inspect the Gadget. I'm Corey for Inspect the Gadget, and I'll see you on the other side.